it's Carolyn and Michelle, aka LA Triathlete and Fuel My Run, and we're going off course.
Hello, Michelle coming to you. Oh, sorry. And Napa, if you're watching from Spotify and or YouTube, I suppose. You'll see Rooney. Rooney's her middle name. It's Napa Rooney. So you'll see Rooney behind a pillow because she's extra. She did a little under 5 miles today. Not with me. I had an off day. It was with Dov. But anyway, just wanted to let you know we're picking up the conversation where we left off last week. Carolyn is currently, was on a plane. She is in Spain again for the third time. Is she in Spain? I have her location. Let's see where she is in real time. All right, she's in Prague. Wow. She's in Old Town Prague. I feel like Prague is all Old Town. This is very creepy that I'm able to see her location. So there she is. There she is, guys. But anyway, hopping into the conversation where we left off last week, and I think it's kind of a interesting discussion. I feel like if you race or have done races in the past, you'll find something that you might relate to. For example, why is the 10K the most difficult race in the world? And I stand by that. Harder than 100 miles, harder than Badwater, probably. We also talk pacing strategies, negative versus positive splits. You know, we're supposed to be doing these negative splits, but do they get hard if you don't do it right in a short race? Also, why can't we slow down? When the gun goes off, or in Canada, a whistle. Perhaps, I feel like the guy just like snapped his fingers. He's like, and go. And then the race started. But why do we feel like we need to sprint like it's a cross-country race? I will never understand this. I will be going as fast as I can in the first 0.1. And I will never not do that, probably. Also, I mentioned my watch screens. No, I mentioned my watch faces. I meant my watch screens. So I think people will relate to this. And running the race, do you look at the overall pace overall? Or are you in that mile or kilometer, I suppose? If you're one of those people, just kidding. I feel like tracking by kilometers is actually pretty helpful because it goes by faster. But if you're doing a marathon, that's like over 43 of them. That would actually be worse than only having to do 26, even though it's the same distance. Forget I said that. We also talk about mantras. We get really corny. We get religious ? You'll see. Also, I think that if you win an age group award, you need to celebrate it every single time. Get corny with it. Wear the medal. I feel like some race distances, we want to wear the medal longer than others. Like with a 5K, 10K, I feel like we don't wear it. We like put it on maybe when we go through the finish line. But then with a marathon, we want to wear it all day long. What is that? Can we check on that? Also, we touch on some TikTok running drama. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If this has come past your desk, you're like, this is old news. In the recycling can. If you are only on Instagram, though, this could be new to you. So tune in. When Carolyn was talking about it, I had not seen the video, so I was just guessing what it could have been. I maybe would change my response if I would have seen it first of all or during it, but you know, it is what it is. Just a quick check-in too. Currently in the swings of marathon training, I find myself in and out of it my entire life. If you know, you know. IYKFYA. And I mentioned this in an episode or two ago. Hello, I have not slept. I'm not sleeping right now. This is not good for my marathon training. But if I say something insane, I'm blaming the sleep deprivation. That's always if you want to use that too, please do, because it's always like, oh, I didn't really sleep well. And everyone's like, oh, okay. That's like the best excuse. Also saying you have kids. But if you don't have kids, like this is another good one you can use. You're welcome. I find myself though in the swings, the thralls, if you will, of marathon training once again. And I keep on ending up here. Like I keep on telling myself, oh, I'll probably do a 50 miler, a 50K maybe. Probably. I don't know. Like 50K, like just do a 50 miler. If you do so many marathons, it's just, what's the difference? More elevation gain, I suppose, unless you're doing a flat one. But I feel like anyways, I digress. With marathon training, it just, whenever my life is going in a, not a bad direction, but I'm just frustrated. I'm like, oh, I just need to sign up for a marathon and things will be better again. I don't know if anyone else can agree with that, but nothing feels better than the accomplishment of a run, of a speed workout specifically, or a long run, where you can just be like, yes, I accomplished something. And now I have the momentum to accomplish something else. Sometimes I feel like I can't get my day started without accomplishing something unrelated to what I have to do that day. And I feel like marathon training really helps with that. And I know it's a structure thing. Like we all need structure. I remember I read at the beginning of COVID, like structure is bad. And I forget what article it was. It was just like a this sounds like propaganda. Like, what are you reading, Michelle? It like kind of influenced me though to not be as structured because I was so structured for a long time. And it was saying that it's good to be more spontaneous, which y'all know I'm a Sag. I'm in Montreal right now. I'm pretty spontaneous, but I sometimes get in the throes of being too like, so being more spontaneous is good, but to a certain extent. Like you need some structure in there to keep you going. And marathon training does that for me. I feel like I had another point in there, but it's pointless at this point. Running gear. Let's just touch on that real fast. I actually just got a package from Northbark. It's this startup company. If you hear the name, you're probably like, "Oh, bark, dogs." Yes. And it's, instead of just being a traditional like running belt where the dog straps on, it's a pack. Like it's a running pack. It has a ton of little like what do you call it? Pockets, a runner's favorite word, that you can just put stuff in. And so I feel like I'm going to use it a lot even without Napa, but I'm excited about it. We'll try it out. We'll test it out. We'll see how it goes. Because I feel like, and you guys let me know if you experience this, but whenever I wear a running backpack, it breaks. Maybe it's my fault, which I find is the case for a lot of things, especially jewelry. I pull. I'm a puller. I use things hard. Wear and tear, some would say. Look at Napa. Okay. Are you just listening? Do you want to talk? But I don't know if it's like you know what? It's probably the fact that I just don't wash running packs very often. Give them a nice, like, a little shakedown, a little soap, a little scrub it up dub. But I swear the little zippers erode. Like they erode, they break. I don't know. Maybe it's just Nathan too, but all of my Nathan packs are handhelds. The zipper erodes. And if you're Nathan listening to this, you're just like, you got to wash it more. You're right, probably. Maybe I should be cleaner because you guys already know that Carolyn and I don't wash our brushes. Just kidding. I actually washed my brush the other day. And like I said, I felt superior. I started going back. Okay, last check in. So, speed work, marathon training, going well. I'm going to talk about this with Carolyn soon, but I started going to the track again, mostly because I found a track. And that was the only reason why I wasn't going to a track. But, and we've talked about this, go on Strava or go on Google Maps, any map. Try to find the little oval where a track is. Is it a school? Perfect. If it's not a school, even better. You can go at any time of the day. So check it out and then go on Strava and see if people are running a segment around the track. And then, people are going on it. It's perfect. So I found a couple tracks. And for some reason, when you drive somewhere, if you're unmotivated, top tip, if you're unmotivated, drive to run. Don't just start from your house. Mix it up, people. Drive somewhere and force yourself to do the run somewhere else because then you're going to be like, well, I'm already here. I wasted 5 to an hour driving here. I don't know where you're driving. It's none of my business, but you already got there. So now you got to do the run. I highly recommend this for long runs and speed work specifically when you just need that extra motivation because hey, you bought gas in this economy. You bought gas and you went there. Anyway, let's get back into the conversation with Carolyn. I think it's kind of interesting to just kind of analyze a race way more than you need to. And then you get some like takeaways like, we're weird, the running breed of us. But anyway, next week, it's going to be a surprise. We may have a week off. We may have something rogue. So just follow. You'll see. have to pick Carolyn's brain about this because I just had so many moments. Okay, first of all, for reference, I did a 10K time trial yesterday. I've been talking about doing a time trial, whether it's a 5K or 10K for, I don't know, weeks to see how in shape I am. But okay, first of all, I think a 10K is the hardest race in the entire world.
You think it's harder than a 5K? You know what?
I think it's harder than a 5K.
Because a 5K is really short.
Yeah. Somebody commented on
done.
my video and said 10K is the hardest because it's twice as long as a 5K and the pace is only just a little bit slower.
That is so true. I would agree. Yep. No, I would agree. 10K sucks.
It's too long. It's too long.
It's too long, but too short. Yeah.
Too long, but too short. And also really hard to pace.
Yeah, I don't know how to. No, you're right. What was your goal? What was your strategy? Tell me everything.
Okay. So I wanted a sub 44, but I also was kind of like, whatever I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I give you so much props for doing. Wait, what did you run the 10K in when you did the triathlon again?
It was like a 7 flat pace. I don't remember what the time was.
That's literally insane. My average was a 7:05, and I feel like I pushed it. Okay, I'll run through it. But basically, so I go into it, and I'm just kind of like, I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to see how in shape I am for CIM training in December, just so I can like make my goal, base it off of data. And so going into it, it was like actually, when I was there, fastest people I've ever seen. I was like,
really?
Where are we? Like everyone had carbon fiber shoes. Everyone was just like, looked like an intense runner. It was crazy. Perfect weather. Everything went fine. Went to the bathroom before a couple times. It was great. Got to the start line. I was just like, they're pacers. Have you ever ran a 10K with pacers?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so. There was a 40-minute pacer. So I'm just like, okay, those are fast people. And there's a 45-minute pacer, which when the race started, I went out thinking, okay, like you said in the last race, just do negative splits. I reminded myself before, negative splits. But you have to be somewhat cognizant of how slow you start out because you're going to have to make up for that,
Right. That's true. Which is also hard to do.
Exactly. I knew I had to probably pace it out because I'm bad at negative splits. I'm like a positive splits bitch or like consistent splits at heart in deep my guttural root. But the first mile, I was like at a 7:10, probably max pace, 7:15 max. And I started out with the 4:40, the 1:45, wait. What am I talking about? With the 45-minute pacer. Like,
you got it.
Yeah, I was like walking. The 45-minute pacer, and he was going way too fast. Like if I was running, I wanted to do a 45-minute 10K, I would have been pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You're going out positive splits for a 10K?
Jail. And that happened at the marathon I can't remember what pacer I was with. I don't remember, but he was maybe 3:30 and he was going so fucking fast at some points.
Really?
I was like, sir.
You're like, sir, this is not good for any of us.
He's like, this is a 6:30 pace. It's like, calm the
yes.
fuck down.
We were doing like a 6:55, I think. Actually, I looked down. I have a problem. I don't know. Do you do this too? When they're just like, they do the gun, which I don't think there's a gun for this one because we're in Canada. No, I'm just kidding. But there's like a little like whistle.
Yeah.
And we went through the start line and I looked down at my watch. It was like 6:20 like pace. And I was like, what is my problem?
No,
do you ever do that for the first like
oh my God.
mile?
Every fucking half marathon. I'm like, relax.
The adrenaline.
Calm down.
And it's like you're doing what everyone around you is doing. It's kind of like cross country back in the day where it's like you start the race and everyone's sprinting and then you like ease into a pace. I don't need to be doing that. So I have a problem in the first quarter mile. But I adjusted down, hung out with the 45-minute people. They had a wall in the pace group. This is always a pet peeve, but also like, what can you do? This just naturally happens. I hate when the pace group forms kind of like a row of people. And so if you want to pass them, you legit have to ask them because they're all like, we're a gang, like in a line. And it was like a mile and a half in and I was like, okay, I got to start cutting off some time.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, excusez-moi. And thank God we're in Canada because they just like fled. They like opened it up for me right away.
They're like, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Désolé. And I ended up like picking it up a little bit, but the hard part was everyone was with the pace group, so there was like kind of a gap between the 40 and the 45, and there wasn't too many people.
Oh, no.
I probably
Yeah.
was running around maybe like 10 people pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I had my eye on this girl. It'd be funny if she was listening to this, who was wearing a red outfit, and she was like consistently maybe, I don't know, 20 yards ahead of me, and she stayed that way the entire race. Like I couldn't pick her off, which kind of drove me crazy. You know, when you just like think, like in the race, I'm just like, I'm going to pick people off. Like I'm going to get a ton
yeah.
of kills. I don't think I picked maybe 2 people off, but it was impossible.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing like very slight negative splits. Like each mile was a few seconds faster than the first. But I really thought I was going to tap into some Carolyn and run like a 6:32 last mile like you did in the half marathon.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna
Get
make up
hyped.
some time in this last mile. And I couldn't do it. Like I didn't have a kick. And I also didn't know how soon to kick it because I didn't want to push it in the 6s in the last mile. Like I obviously did in the last point too. But
Right.
the last mile, I was like, if I go too fast, I'm gonna crash and burn and start walking. So it's a delicate balance
Yeah.
of knowing how to push it, you know?
Right. It is.
Did you ever think you were
It
gonna
really
walk
is.
during the half marathon when you ran a 6:30? You were in the 5s at one point, I feel.
I was in the 4s. No, I feel like in the half marathon I did negative
3s.
split, but I just was so like the vibes were so good, and so
Yeah.
I didn't do that 6. Like I didn't go that fast to like the last mile, but I didn't think I would have to walk. I was like, if anything, I'll just slow down.
So went through the finish line. I just couldn't like shave off enough time to hit. I had my watch. I forget if we talked about this. Do you do it where you put it on the drop down to a page where you can only see the current mile that you're in? So you're not focusing on the whole race. You're just in that mile.
Oh, I think I usually just keep mine where the pace is big. But I guess I can see. What does my screen look like when I
wait,
run?
Okay, but let me rephrase because I'm curious now what everybody does. So you know when you can like go through
Yeah.
different faces. Okay, obviously. I'm like speaking to the Garmin expert. I'm just like, you know when you like wear a Garmin, you're like, bitch, you're not even wearing yours. Well, I like especially during speed workouts and races, I like to get away from the average pace overall sometimes. When I'm in the middle of the race and I'm just like overly concerned with my average, I like to focus like on the mile that I'm in and just worry about that average, if that makes sense.
Like the lap pace or whatever. Yeah. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking
So
about.
it's just like on
Yes.
the face where it's like I'm only on that. Do you ever scroll down to like take away the average pace overall?
I don't.
Are you serious? Well, you have
I'm a
some
psycho.
damn good mental game, girl.
I know. I know. I'm a psycho. I should probably do that, honestly. Excuse me.
But like, I don't know. If you don't need to, then maybe it doesn't matter because in the last, I wish I would have like swapped back up to the first page where it shows me my time, average pace overall, current pace of the lap, and then distance. Because in the last mile, I would have been like, oh, if I want to hit a sub 44 for this, I obviously have to pick it up. You know,
Right.
I could have done that mental math, but I feel like I was going at a pace where I was like, I really can't go much faster right now. So what am I going to do? Like hurt my brain mentally or just
Right.
gut it out, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your time?
It was so first of all, I was stoked that I didn't have to sprint through the finish line and keep going because I wanted it to obviously show up on my
Of course.
Strava.
Yes.
But I ended up running a 44:11 and I ran 6.24.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you were right there.
Yeah, I was kind of like, maybe I need to look back at my watch to see how close I was to like an actual 44 sub 44.
Yeah.
PR is a 43:19. I looked up that time the other day. That's hard, man. To shave
That's
off those
fast.
seconds. That's like,
That's
I
the
don't
other
know.
thing. It's too short of a distance to shave off
To
a lot
shave
of
off
time.
time. Exactly. That's why in my head, I was like, the only way I could have done this is if I started out a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
But then mentally, I might have burned out. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, it's hard to know how to approach a 10K in the most strategic way. But now I'm like, you know, when you do a race and then you just sit down in silence and you just like focus on each mile and you like think about it way too deeply.
Oh, of course. Every
I was
race.
doing that a lot yesterday. And then I was like, I went through moments of being like, gosh, why didn't I just go a little bit faster to like damn, that was like pretty cool.
That's what I do. And I start catching myself. The worst was like when I did Indian Wells and I was like almost under 5 hours. I was so close. And I was like, if I hadn't done this, a little faster, if I'd done this a little faster, I would. And I'm just like, I did everything. It's like you do everything you can. And like you're running as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't go faster. If you could, you would. It's so hard to like not doubt yourself. So I definitely get that.
That was one of the mantras. I had like many mantras. One was like a little bit Christian.
Oh,
I was
oh, interesting.
I got a little religious. I was like, I'm so blessed. Like, okay, actually, this
You're
is
like
interesting.
Corinthians 17,
Yeah,
48.
5:20 jobs.
Yeah.
Leviticus 5, Numbers, Deuteronomy. I so, so stupid. So the first 5K, I was thinking about how this is so freaking corny saying this out loud, but so is life. C'est la vie.
So is life.
The first 5K, I was like, how blessed am I to be able to push myself in pain in a way that benefits me? I'm just like, wow, I'm so blessed to be able to hurt right now. And so that took me through the first 5K, for people who are injured, people who can't run, people who, I'm just like, damn, this is so cool that I have this blessing. So I was just like, okay, Leviticus numbers.
I do that too. I feel like
1 Corinthians.
sometimes I don't want to run or like I'm like mad. I'm like, this is stupid. And I'm like, no, I'm like lucky I get to because there's so many people who can't. Or the injured people, it's just like, or if whenever you're injured and you wish you could run, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
do
just
it
like,
for
it's hard to
you.
remember. Do it for you.
when you're going to be injured in the future.
Exactly. And then you like, remember you paid for it is what everyone, it's like.
Literally, that was the other one. The
Literally.
only way I was able to get myself to do a 10K time trial was to spend like $75.
Absolutely. And I would have done the
Which is
same
like-
thing.
I was kind of like, damn, this race is like a little expensive for a local 10K. Honestly, I think it could have been a little bit more with taxes, but also it's in Canadian dollars.
Yeah, guys.
So that was nice. And then on the 5K turnaround, I was kind of like, then the mantras got a little bit dark. They were just kind of like, fucking grind, like fucking go, fucking dig deep. It was all like a little bit of cussing.
Yeah.
And then the final mantra I had was, you are going to be so mad at yourself if you slow down your pace right now and start hitting positive splits because your paces are beautiful. Like my splits were gorgeous. I was like looking at them as they came in my head. I'm like, damn, that is a beautiful negative split situation. And I was telling myself how mad I would be to look at a positive split in the last mile.
That'll do it. That is impressive.
Thanks.
See? Sounds like all around a great day.
I mean, it was actually a pretty good day for the first half. And then I was actually a little bummed though. I didn't think it was possible to get placed in my age group because there were so many fast people. And then Dov was like, I'm pretty sure you were like top 10 women. I'm like, there's no way. And then I looked up the results after we drove home.
No.
And I know. I got second age group and
No.
then seventh woman. So I was pretty
Jesus,
stoked.
that's great. Did
It
they
was
have
cool.
awards?
They did.
Oh, I've done that before. Like done that twice where I didn't know. And I love
right?
they'll mail you your medal, I'm sure.
I don't think they're going to mail it. But also like
Maybe.
the thing is, it's so corny, kind of. You know what I mean? But also like we love it because it's like you paid money to do it and then it makes you feel good about yourself. And like honestly, there's nothing wrong about feeling good about yourself. You should really soak that in.
That's true. And also like the Instagrams that you could post
Oh my God.
on the
Dov,
podium.
I was like, can you
The
just
video he took is so fucking funny. He could not have filmed you less.
not
It's like one
okay.
leg.
I think, and it actually made me think of a really good reel idea. I'm just going to take like the 3 races he's been to and like, I'll be like, hey babe, do you mind filming me? And then it's going to be all the clips where
Yes,
I'm like,
do
literally my head
it.
is in the background. I have a few. And I mean like Boston, I'm probably the most aggravated about. I'm like, bitch, I got you VIP seats at the finish line. Only like a handful of people were allowed to sit there. And you
Wait,
got
was-
the corner of my ear.
Oh, that was it. That was it. I was like, I remember this. And then I think it's cute though, because I think he's just focused on cheering for you
Totally.
and not focused on the camera. You know?
Which like we gotta like fix the
We
you
got-
gotta
yeah, no,
focus on me when I'm
reevaluate
running by. Yeah. But it
the
was cute because
priorities.
like he's like, allez, allez, like let's
I
go,
know, I
let's
hear
go,
him
you got this, you got
cheering.
this.
He's just filming nothing. There's like, oh, I think that's Michelle's foot. That into the, oh, it's gone.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's not actually Michelle. To be
So
fair,
funny.
Napa was going absolutely crazy and he was trying to film, hold Napa.
Fair.
He's not a professional videographer. But yeah, it was an okay day. And then it was, yeah, I'm excited about CIM now. But
Yeah, good. I'm not so excited about New York. Just kidding. I am. I'm worried about my body and how it feels. And then I'm like, oh, I should just not run and then take off. Like, I mean, I can run in Europe a few times, but I'm not going to like stress about it. But also, I'm like, my mom's like, it's fine. Just my aunt too. They're like, this is a sign. You just need to take time off and relax.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, ladies, but when I get back from Europe, I'll have 5 weeks till the
but I have a
marathon.
marathon. I think
then
you can use this training just very relaxed.
Yeah.
If you can get your long run and get it in so you don't die, but you know, the minimum.
That's what I was thinking. And then my mom's like, she made a good point too. It's like, she's like, you're not coming from like no like base, you know? And I was like, that's true. I literally ran a marathon
Okay,
this year.
mom. Okay,
I
trainer
know.
mom.
I
She's
know.
such
I
a
was like,
coach.
Mrs. Queen, like whatever. But yeah, I was like, you're right. I did run a marathon this year. And like, I'm sure if I didn't run it all for 3 weeks, probably wouldn't be the best, but I could still do it. It would just be more
You
for
can
fun.
literally do it. And you could also like walk through the aid station, soak it in. There's something about taking a race. Like I did Chicago slow because I was like, my tib was tibbing.
The tib was tibbing.
The
Oh
tib
my
was
God.
tipping that race. It was like a game time decision or game day decision, knowing if I was going to run it or not. But I was like, I'm in Chicago. I might as well just go slow and walk if I need to. I think
yeah.
I did like a 4:30. Like it was for me, like, you know, my goal is like a sub 3:22 now. And it's so
Yeah.
to do a 4:30, which is a great time. Like I
Yeah.
hate when people like say, why don't you
I
time out
know.
that time? It's still fast. It's a fast time.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but like my expectations, whatever. It's all about your expectations. But I went into it being like, just enjoy. I think I
Yeah.
basically ran the entire thing, but I just didn't have expectations around a finish time. And I got to see the sights. I got to soak it in. I
That's
got
what
to,
I want to do.
you know, and New York would be a perfect race for that.
No, you're right. It'll be great. I'm excited. It'll be fine. As long as I don't like hurt myself worse. I'm just tired. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think you should take as much time off running until you like crave it again. And you'll
No,
still
you're
be
right.
able to do the marathon.
And I'll probably crave it in Europe because I'll be like around so many cool places and I'll be like, I want to run.
Totally. You'll
And
want
if
to
I don't,
document it on
that's
Strava. You know?
I need Instagram content.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
Do it for the ground.
really
Yeah.
quick,
No.
side note,
Make it
something
long.
we need to discuss. So I'm, chronically on TikTok and there's this new drama unfolding where this girl,
Oh my God, do I
Super
know
cute.
it?
you might, it's this like super cute girl. Well, I didn't even see her. I saw some guy complaining about her and then I went and found the original video. And basically this girl posted a video and she's like, come run 10 miles with me. And so she's like,
Okay.
mile 1, mile 2, up until 10.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the video. And everyone is just fucking like pissed off about this girl. And this guy made a video and he's like, that 10-mile girl, she didn't run. Like basically everyone's accusing her of lying because she wasn't sweating in the video.
Was this
And
new?
because- This is pretty new. This is like recent in the last few days. And I'm sure it'll come across to your desk at some point. But I was just like,
yeah. Why am I delayed?
what the fuck? But I'm like, and then I went and stalked her because I was like, first of all, who the fuck would lie about that? That's insane. But then I went to her profile and she
A lot
runs
of people?
She's training that's true. But she's like training for a marathon and like she signed up. She's run half marathons. Like, I mean, I think her pace is like maybe a little slower and people are like, yeah, she's a liar. That's why we're mad about it because she's just lying and then acting like it's okay to lie. And I'm like, how do you know she was lying? Were you
Oh my
there?
God. People are first of all, people are crazy.
crazy.
You know what drives me crazy? You could do, and honestly, I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with this. You let me know your thoughts. But during a 10-mile run, if you want to people don't understand content. It's all made up. But like in a 10-mile run, if you're going to do 10 miles, you can document you being like mile 1, mile 2, like you could document that
once.
at any time of the run. Who cares? You're
Yeah,
just
you're not
saying
hitting the actual mile. It's true. But you could still
Yeah.
run 10 miles. Maybe she filmed it all at the beginning. Who knows?
Yeah, right? And then she ran 10 miles. Or she
Well-
filmed it all at the end and maybe she doesn't sweat that much because some people don't.
I know. I'm like,
Are you on her side or not? I can't tell because I
I'm
think
on the
her
girl's
side.
side. I'm like, I don't know. She obviously ran. I just don't get it. It's crazy. And then someone took the time to look at the background in all of her videos.
Of course.
and
We
mapped
have,
it
We have no
out.
time but all the time at the same time.
they mapped it out and they're like, well, she did run 10. And then people are like, well, she clearly just walked it and then only ran in the clip she was filming. And it's just like, who the fuck? Why are people are so up in arms about this? And I'm like, even if she ran half and walked half, you're still a runner. I don't know why people care. And how is it affecting anyone else's life? And if
Maybe
goes
she
and
knows
walks
it's
a
rage
marathon-
bait, so she created
Maybe
it
she
to get more
does.
views and talks and follows. She's like,
She's just like
let's
a
make the
cute
most
girl.
rage baity content.
I'll send it to you. And the comments, like, then now, because I stalked her, so like some of her videos are showing up now. And it'll be like something about like she ran 15 miles. And the comments are so mean. I'm like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Well, she did not hit Run Talk. She's got a hashtag
know.
Run Talk to get in the
And then
right
I'm like,
space.
Literally. And I'm like, all the people who are making these hate videos, like in response, are clearly not runners because any other real runner would never do that. You know?
Yeah. There is one girl who made a video and I wish I thought of it first, but also I have a billion ideas and I'm not making them, so I can't get mad. I'll have to share some with you soon. But this girl did like a video like mile 1, mile 2, and at the end of it, she's like, I actually didn't run any of that. I just started running when I said that. Like, you know, it's like, it just shows how the sausage is
That's
put together
true.
in at a casing or whatever
Yeah.
the saying is.
Yeah, shoved into a casing.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Love you so much. Again, if you're watching on video, look at Napa. Napa's the longest neck I've ever seen. She's a model. She is on the runway. She won't stop. Does your dog lick your face nonstop? I taught her how to kiss. I say, Napa, big kiss. But then it's like too many kisses. Too many. Maybe it's just her breed. She doesn't know balance and not how to go extreme at all times. I don't remember what I was saying. Again, I'm sleep deprived. I don't have kids, but I'm sleep deprived. That is my excuse. And until next time, I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.